president who offered optimism in an age of uncertainty was murdered here. In the aftermath of the assassination, Dallas was called the City of Hate. It's still struggling to make sense of what happened.
We stand in awe of a dreamer who challenged us to literally reach for the moon, though he himself would not live to see us achieve that goal.
America's youngest president, its first Catholic, seemed to offer a fresh vision for a country that was changing fast. His youthful promise and his wife's demure glamour had enchanted much of America. This tour was intended to charm Texas too.
Just a moment, please. Something has happened in the motorcade route. Stand by, please. There has been a shooting. Parkland Hospital has been advised to stand by for a severe gunshot wound. The presidential car coming up now. We know it's the presidential car. You can see Mrs. Kennedy's pink suit. There's a Secret Service man, spread eagle, over the top of the car.
Not long after the announcement they all dreaded.
President Kennedy has been assassinated. It's official now. The president is dead.
Daniel Kendrick took me to the spot where he stood 50 years ago, a 15-year-old schoolboy hoping to shake Kennedy's hand.
I saw the president coming, and he was like this, and he was going like that, you know, it sounded like he was choking, and then all of a sudden, boom! I saw the look on Jackie Kennedy's face as she turned towards him, and as she turned away from that and looked straight at me, and the look of horror on her face really freaked me out. I had to go. I had to run. I had to get out of here.
When the shots came from a window in that building and hit Kennedy there in his motorcade, it was for many Americans as though hope itself had died. His reputation is still high. Poll after poll indicates a majority of Americans think he was better than any president who's followed him. At this Dallas University, they make a study of JFK's legend. These students know all about his womanizing and the crippling illness he kept secret. Still, they admire him.
For me, Kennedy represents the best of America. John F. Kennedy's call to action in his Ask Not speech, I think, is still as relevant today as it was in the early 60s.
But Kennedy was getting entangled in Vietnam. He'd been sluggish on civil rights. He died before he could disappoint, the secret, perhaps, of his iconic appeal.
If we continue to stumble and struggle into the future, it may well be that Kennedy will continue to have this phenomenal hold on the public's hopes and dreams and imagination.
Today, this city paused to celebrate a president whose murder froze his promise and transformed him into a blank canvas on which Americans can draw their dreams. Mark Mardell, BBC News, Dallas.